There's just less than a week before I head to Japan, so I thought I'd tell you a bit about the trip and also just what I'm up to before I leave. So first and foremost, I have one assignment left for the semester, which I will be finishing today. On top of that, I'm making this video. I've got a meeting with a pastor from church. On top of that, I haven't started packing yet, but I have put together a list of all the things I'll be packing. The other thing that I've been doing in preparation for the long-term mission side of things is I've been getting my motorbike license, and part of the reason for that is depending on where I end up in Japan long-term, a motorbike may be more practical to own if I'm in a major city, or I know some places the apartments you rent only offer motorbike parking, not car parks. So that's been part of the reason. It's also just because it's something I've wanted to get. But because of that, I've been getting my license. In Australia, the process has a period where you're on a learner license and you can only ride with a supervisor. But the other day I went for a good ride with a mate of mine, so I'll show you a bit of that. In general, I've done most of the planning I need to do. All my accommodation is booked for the trip and all that. And the plan is, while I'm over there, to keep making videos, posting a lot on socials and all that. The only thing is, while I'm over there, I will be meeting up with some teams, because it is a ministry trip. So there is just the question that I haven't asked yet of, how much I'll be able to film while I'm over there, whether I'll be able to film the ministry side of things, or whether it'll just have to be kind of me reflecting in my own kind of personal time. But we'll see how it works out. And now it's time to grab a coffee. All right, we're set. So I think I'm gonna head to a cool little spot and tell you a bit more about the trip. So, what am I doing on my 1 month trip? Well, the first half to 2/3 of the trip are with a missionary organization, the one that I'm hoping to go over long term with. And with them, I'll be visiting each of their teams in the 3 cities they're based in, getting to know them, spend 5 to 6 nights at each different city, and that's kind of that portion of the trip. I'll then have 4 days to myself, which I'll be spending in Himeji, and also hopefully taking a day trip to Tomonoro. And then after that, I'll be spending 10 days in Osaka, co-leading a short-term ministry team for my church. It's starting to rain now, so I'm gonna hop back in the car and head back. Some other things that I haven't mentioned is when it comes to missions, there's so many costs and expenses that you wouldn't necessarily think about until you're actually in the process, and part of that is in the lead up for this whole ministry trip and hoping to do long-term missions. I've had to do everything from getting a police background check at my own expense to having a psychosocial review with a psychologist, and that I think costs like $600. So yeah, there's definitely just even those 2 expenses are quite a bit that you would probably not think about when you're first thinking about missions. But all that to say, any support is greatly appreciated. Feel free to hop over to the website and take a look at the different options there. But let's get back on the road. Well, it has been a fun little outing, but it is time to head back and work on my assignment. And then, really, I just have probably 4 or 5 hours to work on it before I have to pop out. And then after that, I guess we'll just see how we go. One thing I will say is finding beauty in the nature around us, I think, is really important. Wow, this guy's really just going to step out in front of traffic. I think, yeah, finding beauty in the things around us is something that I've really grown in. It's so easy to just go every day by day and not really pay attention to the beauty of God's creation. And so I think whether it's something as simple as I always tend to see the clouds, whether it's a sunrise, sunset, or just during the day, sometimes just looking at the scale of the clouds above us just reminds me of just how big God is and how beautiful He is. It's good to sometimes take a step back from the busy life and just enjoy what's around us.